What you're looking at here is LEGO City Set 30364 Popcorn Cart. This is a 43-piece poly bag that came out back in 2019. And when you look at this set, it seems pretty average, right? Really nothing special about it. But there is something special, at least to us. And it became special by accident. In one video that I have no idea even which one it is anymore, I mentioned seeing this poly bag and not finding it at my Walmart and wondering if anyone out there actually had it. And that was pretty much it. That should have been the end of the story, but this happened to be during the time that we were doing mail time pretty heavily. That next weekend when we went to do our mail, there were several of these poly bags in there, and it was pretty funny. We made a joke out of it. And then the joke just kept going, and every single week it seemed we were getting more and more of these poly bags to the point that I have an entire stack of them. And I made a video about the popcorn cart skyscraper, and it was a lot of fun. But I wanted to do something even more with this set. I wanted to make a UCS popcorn cart to celebrate the meme that this became on our channel and how it became the most popular poly bag on Brickitect. And I wanted to do that, and just like many other things, it got lost by the wayside, and I just kept moving on with other things. But this year has become the year where I get things done that I've been wanting to do. And when you know it, today I did just that, and I present to you the UCS Lego popcorn cart. I'm pretty sure I'm more excited about this than anyone that's watching this video could possibly be, but I was so excited to actually make this a reality that I just have to share it here with you. I have the original popcorn cart here. That's one of the extras that we have. Like I said, I've got a ton of these, but this is the original popcorn cart and what it typically looks like built. And what I did is I used these wheels as a template, and I measured the difference in size, and it's about 4.52 is what I came up with. So I decided that I would go with a 4x scale on this just to keep things easy and keep the math simple. And that's what I did. I just started building it from the bottom, trying to replicate each of the pieces as I went through the instructions. And slowly but surely, it turned into this. And I pretty much built this using only pieces from my collection with the exception of these window pieces. I didn't have these in blue, so I ended up ordering those off of Bricklink, and I also ordered these as well. For some reason, I didn't have these in gray. I had them in like pretty much every color. I do now, thanks to the order that I made. So I only spent about $15 building this. And I don't know what it would sell for retail. Obviously, there's a lot of pieces here. I don't have instructions for it. This was kind of just build it as you go type thing. And Clark helped me with it. He got all excited about this, and I got my parts in, and today I just finished building it. So he hasn't even seen it yet, and you're gonna see this before he does. I do wanna show you the back of this because it does have the same function that this has. You can see here, if you push that, the popcorn flies around. And I did my best to build a popcorn. I don't even know if it comes back out of there now that I have it all built together, but I built one of them just trying something out. And as you can see, if you press this down, the popcorn tries to fly around, not quite as violently as it does here, but it has that function. And I made like the studs here, and I did that on the front too. As you can see, there is a popcorn, I guess just piece that comes with this. It's to replicate a box of popcorn or a bag. And I did that here. I couldn't put the writing on it, but it's got the stud on top, the stud there. Now, I didn't do all the studs inside of this the way that you would if you were building this like actual pieces, like if this really was 4x scale, because I just felt like that would have been way more complicated to actually stick this together and have it hold. And this is a very strong model now. Like, I have no concerns about this falling apart, with the exception of these on the front. I was trying my best to be like, how can I make that piece 4 times the size? And this is what I came up with. And I think it works. Like, it definitely looks like it. The scaling is the way it should be, and that's the big thing with this. You just have to get the proportions right. Like, if you look at the wheel on the back, the wheels look about the same. You look to where they go on the piece, and it's just about right. It's about the best you can do. I even have, there's like this piece under here, and I have the same thing that I constructed. I'll try to flip this over so you guys can see what it looks like underneath. Again, this is just like, it's just way bigger. And I did the best that I could to make it look like that. And I'm just so happy with it. Again, I don't know how you guys are gonna feel. This might be a giant flop, but for me, this is something years in the making that I wanted to create. And it's the same on every side here too, so you're not really missing anything. But this was something years in the making that I wanted to make. Making in the make, and I finally did it. So for me, this is an accomplishment of like putting something in my mind to reality more than anything. It's like making a 4X popcorn cart or the UCS popcorn cart. That's a cool thing, right? But to actually take something that you wanted to do and finally do it is such a boost to me. And that's why I'm excited to share this more than anything. Plus, This is going to be a great display piece in my studio, and it's going to be something that always reminds me of this channel and the community we have here, because this really only became a thing because of you. I have hundreds, maybe not hundreds, but I've got a lot of these Lego City popcorn carts, all because of you guys cared enough, or maybe wanted to laugh enough at me or with me, that we made this a thing, and there it is. It's actually it's a big thing now, bigger than it was. And this will always be in here, and it's going to be something that I look at and be like, dang, that's such a cool thing that we have going here on this channel with the community we have. And it's the UCS popcorn cart, 4X scale of this little guy. Oh man, it's Lego ideas. Should we put it in? Can we get 10,000 votes? No, I'm not going to do that. This would get like 6 votes. It'd be like me, Cody might vote for it. I showed it to her, Cody, Mrs. Brickitect. She wasn't nearly as excited about this as I was. She kind of just rolled her eyes. For me, I'm just hyped, man. And I'm just so excited to have this. And maybe we'll put this together like this. Always have it like that so you can get an idea. If you see anything on here that you think could be improved, by the way, I'm totally open. This just came out of my mind. There were no instructions, obviously. All pieces from my collection, like I mentioned, with the exception of these. So some of them might be a little dirty on the whites there, but I built this for hardly anything, and I'm just so excited to have it, if you couldn't tell. On that, I just want to say, if you're one of the people that have been around long enough to remember the popcorn cart poly bag being a thing, I want to thank you so much for the years of support. Thank you so much for supporting me in this hobby that has become my job and allowing me to enjoy this so much more than I could ever imagine possible. I hope you guys have a glorious rest of your day. I'm going to sit here and admire my popcorn cart a little more. We'll see you all in the next video, and hopefully the next mock that I can pull out of my brain and make a reality.